The veteran punter Bradley Pinion has this one teed up, and we are underway from Atlanta. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. To the air right away is Brady. It's caught by Mike Evans. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards right off the bat. And a quick first down. Now Brady. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked up by Richie Grant. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football.
Brent, I wonder if someone's down there checking on the head coach right now because shock after what just transpired. Instead of a lengthy opening drive to deal with, this guy stepped up and stole that drive away. Momentum on their side now. How will they attack on offense?
On 1st and 10, it's Algier. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
It'd be hard to say that a defense wouldn't be ready for a first down run. When you can get that kind of yardage against a defense that's really kind of geared to stop that play, your confidence has to rise, and now you've actually opened up your playbook. If you want to throw the ball now for play action, you're good to go.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. On first down, going back to Patterson. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Now here's the option play going left. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. 2nd and goal from the 1. Patterson is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Desmond Ridder scoring on the 2-yard keeper. And the Falcons use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Now remember, the last time out, they threw the interception. That led to the touchdown, so now time to regroup.
It certainly is, and their goal right now as they go back out on the field, a calming drive, something that takes the ball, keeps it for a while, lets the defense relax a little bit, lets the offense regain confidence in their game plan.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw here. He completes this to Russell Gage. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
And that's how you shake off the interception you throw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
And Brady's throw there, incomplete.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. The throw on second down by Brady is incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
But I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Again, they'll throw with Brady. And break, the tight end's got it. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
9 yards on the play and a first down. Here's Brady. Flushed out right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Brady to throw again. Eluding the pressure right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from home. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
That play call wasn't there for them against that coverage. So they're going to spin the dial now in their playbook and come up with one more shot at the marker to try and keep this series going.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. He's got his man. It's White. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have. You absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. But I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the 2nd drive. They've worked on these plays.
And he's going to be taken down. It's a sack, and a big sack at that. This remains a 1-point game. After one, a 1-point game, 7-6. Boy, they're down only 1 score. Still first half, but they're going to line up for the onside kick. Oh, I think the Bucs got it, and they did. Tampa Bay football. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. On 1st and 10, here's Brady. And a catch right side by Evans. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Brady's throw on target to Godwin here. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
First down, here's White. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. He'll lose lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes I forget how much information he has to go through before the ball's even snapped, but what a diagnosis right there. Saw the play, shot through the gap like a rocket, and ends up spilling it for a loss.
On 2nd and 11 now. Brady. Complete right side to Otten. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. Brady going to throw. He completes it to Evans. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a 1st down.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now back to the ground game with White. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a good gain of 11, sets them up 1st and goal. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Here's White. No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Tackling's obviously critical down near the goal line. That was great work there to make the hit behind the line and make sure he doesn't get any further. Did a really nice job wrapping up and not letting him loose.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Opting to run again here with White. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. To throw is Brady. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Cade Otten from 6 yards away. And the Bucs have taken the lead. No surprise there. 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, he might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
And I guess that makes up for the earlier missed 2-point try here to get him to 14.
Yeah, that aggressiveness, it reminds me a lot of when basketball first adopted the 3-point shot. And people were starting to realize that 3 for 2 was really starting to work for them. In this case now, maybe the 2 for 1 is coming into play in the NFL.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
2nd and 2. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
Trying to get the ball to his tight end in the center of the field where he runs a lot of his routes and ostensibly is extremely comfortable. He was hoping he'd find a seam and a big gainer to go along with it, but that one was incomplete.
He's going to let it go again. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's going to get this down near the 25. They'll look to throw again. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
Well, every point certainly counts at this stage of the game. But after driving so far, you absolutely know they want to finish it with 6 instead of 3.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Haven't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
Throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Levante David. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It'll be Falcons football, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either, so certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
So from the 36 now, first and 10.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
They'll drop to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Patterson. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Complete to Cordero Patterson. It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5 at the Buccaneers 31-yard line.
Back to throw again. This is caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
It's a gain of 29.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on second and goal. They're going to look to throw. toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Touchdown! John Fitzpatrick, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and we are tied at 14. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Oh, he catches it off the tip. It wasn't even intended for him. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Boy, a pair of big plays here. This one going for 29 from Falcon territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Meanwhile, Brady's throw here into the hands of Jones. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 13-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Into the red zone, it's Brady. Over the middle, he finds Godwin complete. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the Falcons' 8-yard line.
Now Brady. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. Again, it's Brady. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
As soon as he leaked out and began his round, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
Brady going to go on 4th down. And this time he's got It's complete. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Russell Gage from 8 yards out. And the Buccaneers have taken the lead here in the final seconds of the third quarter. Brady will look to throw for it. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of two-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
And he will be taken down. A big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the third quarter.
Falcons 14.
Back to throw now on first down. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Demir Bird, 54 yards. And the Falcons are an extra point away from going back on top here in the fourth. A very important extra point there, up and good. And they have taken the lead here in this fourth quarter. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They stay on the ground with White. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Brady gives this to White. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now they'll throw with Brady. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. That one a first down pickup of 8.
An 8-yard pickup. First down, Buccaneers.
White running to the left. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
On second down, here's Brady. This is caught by Evans. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Less than 2 minutes to play. Down to the wire we go in a one-point game. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll go up the middle with White. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Now Brady. He's going to have the hook up to Gage. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 15 yards down to the 15 and a first down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and we watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Running out of the gun with White. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Brady to throw. Wide open receiver complete. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the fourth.
Wow, wow.
What a game this has been, and what a drive that was, Charles, to take the lead here late in the fourth quarter.
And, partner, that's a job well done by everyone, from the players to the guys calling the plays. And if I may introduce just one downside to the mix, might be a little bit too much time left. Enough on the clock for a final last-ditch effort to try and steal this win away.
And, of course, on the two-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. So remember, Charles, last time they were out here, they scored, but they just saw the opposition score, and they're trailing right now, so they're trying to keep pace here. They need a touchdown drive.
Well, if you're a fan of offense, you're loving this, but if you're a fan of defense, this is tough to watch, and it's also tough to keep that up when you just watch your opponent march down the field on a scoring drive that lasts into double-digit snaps. You need a score here, not just to follow the momentum from your last drive, but put the onus back on your opponent. And that's what they're doing right now, swapping that onus back and forth.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. I see you nodding your head up and down. That's a very heady decision at this stage of the game. Out of the pocket, nowhere to go. Just get rid of it.
That's a smart play because you're not worried about your completion percentage, and you're also not trying to force it into bad traffic as well. Throw the ball away, live to fight another down.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They'll look to throw. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And that is caught. He's got his running back downfield. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And this is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. This one came right down to the wire. And CD, they had that one final chance to try to navigate their way into the end zone, but couldn't get it down to avoid the loss.
Yeah, and how about the defense there? Because while they had one final look at the end zone, the defense made sure they knew what they were doing on the last play, executed it flawlessly, and no flags. Because remember, if there's a defensive penalty, there's one play left in the game that the offense gets. They didn't allow that to happen.